What's going on, guys? Skill87 here, and today I'm reviewing Alan Wake for the Xbox 360. Hooray! This game is awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's different. It's a psychological action thriller. The storytelling in this game is just beast. I bought this game mainly because I love the concept of the story. I love how the story's told. I love how the game plays out. It is supposed to be a horror game. Sadly, the game isn't that scary, but it does have its moments. The game's gonna make you jump, be on the edge of your seat. But what's really gonna grasp you is the many references to Stephen King and how great and how well the story actually is. This game, know what this game feels like? This game feels like a really talented movie director teamed up with a group of talented game designers, and they created Alan Wake. That's how good the story is. The story is confusing at first. Once you start to understand it, it's very grasping, and you will want to keep playing the game to figure everything out piece by piece. I'm about 5, 6, 7 hours into the game. I can't stop playing this shit. Very fun. Now, let's get straight down to the review. Story. You are Alan Wake. You are the shit. Everyone knows who you are. You are this, you are this badass, best-selling author. You write horror stories and shit. You go on a vacation with your girl Alice, and I don't want to spoil too much. Basically, shit starts going straight to hell when this book you supposedly wrote or you're gonna write comes to life, starts fucking haunting you. Now, it's crazy because this game's all about darkness and shit, but throughout the game, Alan Wake talks, to you, the player, about what's about to happen, what's gonna happen, talks about his past and shit. And in between episodes, yes, this game's level based, you get that whole previously on Alan Wake or coming up on Alan Wake. The game feels like a real, professionally done, movie or TV series. It's dope. The storytelling's awesome. What's happening is, as you're progressing through the game, you find pieces to a book or a manuscript that you wrote, and shit's coming to life. Enemies in the book, killers in the book, kidnappers, all that good shit are coming after you. Some enemies actually talk to you. Like your very first enemy says shit like, "You don't know who I am? I'm so-and-so from the fucking book. I'm gonna kill you now, bitch." They pop mad shit. Some of them, they say some really creepy shit, but the game doesn't really have that scare tactic. It has that tense action feeling like, you have the feeling like what's fucking behind me or what's about to come out of this corner. But nothing will actually ever scare you, which is kind of disappointing. Like if you feel like games like Silent Hill and shit, you're never gonna be freaked out like Silent Hill, but you will get kind of tensed up and you will be like this, shit like that. But Alan Wake is dope. Story's grasping, story's fucking addicting at the same time. If you need one real reason to get Alan Wake and you're into stories, this game, the fucking truth. Story's amazing. Graphics. The graphics for Alan Wake are pretty nice. Some of the environments look pretty decent. The wind effects are pretty cool. Yes, you can actually see wind in this game. Electric effects are cool. Alan Wake in general, his character model, pretty damn solid. Your enemies that you fight, a little mixed emotions. They're covered in shadows and shit. Then when you use your flashlight to get rid of the shadows, they look like real regular character models, like regular human beings, just completely toned black. Which is cool at first, but then you kind of realize it's like a little cheap tactic to cover up the game's, possibly dated engine. Even though the game looks nice in certain parts, there are some parts of the game that kind of lag, frame rate kind of skips, and then when you're in cinematics, the frame rate tends to skip, and I'm just like, what the fuck? There's a part of the game where Alan's driving a car, and things like this. I would think an Xbox 360 exclusive would run pretty fucking smoothly. The gameplay, for the most part, is smooth, and it is. There are some parts of the game that really is nice eye candy, but there are just some parts that just kind of like, and you're just saying to yourself, what the fuck? So graphics are good. They're just not great. They really could have been better. So graphics get a thumbs up. Sound effects. The sound effects are pretty damn nice. I love the way the characters talk. I love the way the enemies talk. But sometimes Alan just sounds really fucking emo. Like he's all like, "I got to save this person. Oh no, he's coming after me. When I was a child, I wrote this and I was fascinated with horror stories." Like sometimes Alan lacks real emotion. And that's kind of bad because Alan talks a lot throughout the entire game. And then there are times where you think Alan's angry and he doesn't have that angry fucking like oomph to him. Like, "Give me back my wife." And he talks like, "Give me back my wife." Shit like that. But Alan's voice acting could use a little work. The enemy voice acting and this crazy bitch's voice acting, I'm not gonna mention who she is, very good. The characters within the game, like hillbillies and shit, they sound pretty believable. But the voice acting could have been a lot better. The sound of the guns is good. The sound of your flashlight burning enemy shadow sounds really good. The ambiance in the background gives you this, eerie sense of like, what the fuck's about to happen. So it sounds pretty good. Sounds gonna get thumbs up for me. The controls are very surprising. For a horror game or like an action thriller, the controls are very, very smooth, very responsive, very reliable too. The gun mechanics are on point. The game's not a run and gun shooter, so the game does a good job of holding your hand at shooting. How you fight enemies in this game is they're shrouded in darkness, and use your flashlight of justice to burn the darkness off of them. And then when the darkness is completely gone, you shoot them 1, 2, 3. When you aim over the shoulder, there's no reticle, whatever you call that shit. But as long as you're next to an enemy, he'll automatically aim at them with the auto aim and go boom. The game's controls are simple. You got a run button, you got a jump button. You'll rarely ever jump in the game. The controls are just like, they get the job done. There's nothing new about the controls, nothing bad about the controls. They get the job done. And for what the game is, the controls are pretty fucking excellent, actually. So the controls are going to get 2 thumbs up from me. Gameplay-wise, the gameplay is relatively fucking simple. You go from point A to point B in most of your missions, and you avoid fucking monsters and shit. If you want, you can be a fucking badass and pick up your Energizer batteries and get a gun and start, fucking shit up. You cannot kill anything unless you remove the darkness surrounding them. If you have no flashlight energy or you have no batteries to refill your flashlight, you're kind of fucked. Because enemies will catch up to you and they will throw shit at you. And Alan Wake ain't no super soldier. Couple hits and he's out for the count. So that's pretty nice knowing that you are vulnerable to attack. When you run for an extended period of time, Alan Wake does get tired. When he gets overly injured, Alan Wake does fucking, he struggles, basically, to move. So the game has nice little touches of realism. The only thing I don't like about the gameplay is you fight a lot of the same enemies over and over. Like, most of the enemies you fight are shrouded in darkness. The only problem with that is you fight the same repetitive type of enemy over and over. Yeah, cool. It's really cool at first. It's talk a little shit. They come at you with knives. You got your little dodging mechanics here and there. But when you progress to the game, as far as I have, you start to want a little something different. Now the gameplay doesn't get stale, but if you're hard to please, it might kind of annoy you. You're kind of doing the same thing over and over. But luckily, storytelling and everything, the whole story in general is just so fucking good that you will forgive these tiny little flaws just to keep on going with the story. The story is that good. You're going to become hooked. You're going to think you're watching a real fucking movie. You're going to think of a real professional wrote the fucking script for this shit. So the gameplay is going to get a thumbs up from me, alright? A couple of bad things here and there, but nothing that's going to deter your overall experience. Overall score for this game, Alan Wake is awesome, right? If you're looking for a new Xbox 360 game to play, you want something different, you want something that's going to keep you on the edge of your seats, you want something that's really fucking fun with great storytelling, Alan Wake is definitely the game for you. The game has its problems here and there, but nothing that's going to actually distract you from the awesomeness that is a fucking story. Alan Wake's going to get from me an 8 out of 10. Now, one problem I might have with this game, I'm about 5, 6, 7 hours into the game. I doubt this game is any more than fucking 8, 10 hours. So this might not be a $6 purchase. So give it a shot, GameFly that shit, rent it. But if you want to spend $60, definitely buy it. I bought it. I'm fucking loving it. Remedy, great fucking job. If you make a part 2 to the shit, I will buy it. I love this shit. Game is real fun. I'm telling you, the story is that good. Alan Wake is one of those games where you'll forgive a lot in exchange for the amazing story. Alan Wake, once again, 8 out of 10, Xbox 360. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, as always, extra shit in the video description. Peace out.